you are. Добро пожаловать. Welcome to Medved Taiga National Park, my friend. Start by getting yourself some protein. I have hunted many deer, or at least I used to hunt them near your location.
Alrighty, so hello everybody and welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild. We're out here on Medved today. Again, starting off the game at level 1, just so we can get a feel for how the map goes. So, starting off with species on this map, this is not necessarily going to be in the order that I find them in, but I figured instead of me wandering and talking, I would at least, chit-chat while I hunted in the game this time. So, we're going to go smallest to biggest. Class 1, you have the Western capercaillie, or tactical tundra chicken, or wood grouse, whatever you want to call them. I like tundra chickens. Anyway, Class 2, the Siberian musk deer. Class 3, Eurasian lynx. Class 5, wild boar. Class 6, gray wolf. Also Class 6, reindeer. Class 7, brown bear. And Class 8, moose. The only Great One species available on this map is the moose. And as far as your max levels, the capercaillie and musk deer both max at level 3. The lynx max at level 9. The wild boar max at level 5. The gray wolf max at level 9. Your reindeer max at level 5. The brown bear are level 9. And the moose max at level 5, minus, obviously, their Great One species. If you want to look into drink times, the capercaillie don't drink, they're a bird. That kind of takes them out of that category. But in order, midnight to 3 a.m. is wild boar, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. is Eurasian lynx, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. is brown bear and reindeer, 8 a.m. to noon is Siberian musk deer, noon to 16 or noon to 4 p.m. is moose, and then 17 to 20 or 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. is gray wolf. If you want to look into what weapons to use on this map, if you're just going to stick to base game, and as we move into the maps that are not base game, when I offer the base game weapons, I am not going to offer a weapon that maybe comes with this map's DLC, because I don't know if you're going to buy the map or if you're going to play it in multiplayer, which we'll cover later on. So, base game weapons, and I do mean base game weapons, any shotgun for those capercaillie is going to work out just fine. For the class 2 and 3, I would stick with the 243, and then class 5 to 7, grab the 7mm. But for those moose, honestly, I think the 454 is a better bet in penetration than the 7mm, even though the 7mm is ethical for them. Now, when you are on Medved, I do want you to keep an eye out, because the Western capercaillie, tactical tundra chickens, whatever you want to call them, the wild boar, the gray wolves, the brown bears, and the moose all have the capability to go aggressive. Out of those, the ones that are going to go aggressive the most is going to probably be the capercaillie, the gray wolf, and then the moose. The brown bear really only go aggressive if you kind of surprise them and you show up within like 30 meters and they didn't know you were there prior to. Pretty similar for the wild boar in my experience. But definitely keep an eye out for those tundra chickens. Those things they're like Yorkies, little ankle biters. Anyway, moving on, if you want to look into DLC weapons that I would suggest for this map, for the capercaillie and the Siberian musk deer, I would highly recommend the 22 Hornet. That's going to cover class 1 and 2 at the same time. For class 3 to 6, you can actually rock the Solican, but the Solican only has a soft point bullet, just so you're aware. And then for class 7 and 8, I would actually try out that 4570 and see how that works out for you. If you want to look for areas of the map, when you look at the map of Medved, there's a train track that kind of cuts the map in half north to south, and then there's a river that kind of cuts the map in half from east to west. So just kind of working with those references when you're looking at the map. The Western Capercaillie, I typically find them on the southern, like, 2/3 of the map. Like, they're north of the tracks, but not all the way up to the northern coastline. The Siberian musk deer, they're for the most part south of the tracks. There's a little gray area in there when it comes to the river, but for the most part they're south of the tracks. Lynx, boar, wolf, brown bear, and moose are going to be everywhere, and your reindeer are going to mostly be north of the tracks. So really the only thing that doesn't mix too much is going to be the reindeer and the Siberian musk deer. Everything else, you'll just kind of find it everywhere. I personally had a great time hunting Medved. I enjoyed this map quite a bit. I ended up only playing for 2 hours. I didn't find any trophies, but if you'll notice, I unlocked the Hyperion scope. I also actually ended up unlocking the 7mm, the Rangemaster 338, the 4570, and the 3030. Like, I unlocked those as well. I just didn't have the cash to get them by the end, and that was playing 2 hours less than I spent on Leighton and Hirschfelden for the previous videos. So altogether, it's a great map. It can be challenging, but since they backfilled some species to this map back in, I believe it was 2022? I could totally be wrong. Whenever they backfilled the species with New England Mountains release, this map became incredible in my opinion. I highly recommend it. I love the map. I have a great time on it. But that is all I have for you today. I appreciate you all for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!